UFC Fight 9, UFC St. Louis. Lewis versus Nascimento takes place this weekend. And I'm going to go through the full card breakdown and in detail predictions, starting with the early prelim opener of J.J. Aldrich versus Veronica Hardy. I'm actually going to take Veronica Hardy here. I trust her to get this one done. J.J. Aldrich, I look at her as a really good mixed martial artist, and I've been confused by this. Because this is the thing. She beats girls like Jillian Robertson, Vanessa Demopoulos, who was kind of looking good at the time. But she isn't that good. She just looks good. Because she isn't, like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I look at J.J. Aldrich and I'm like, she's a really fucking good fighter. But no, Ariane Lipski absolutely embarrassed her for 3 rounds. And she was looking against Blanchfield, that's why. She was doing good against Erin Blanchfield, and Blanchfield subbed her out of nowhere. That's why, and I can't kind of get blinded by that. She did beat Natalie Yang, who can't. And Montana La Rosa fight, she wasn't looking good there either, but she got it done. She can just get these tappy, close decisions over these women. I think Veronica Hardy finally is a bit committed to her career. I didn't think that at first, but she is. She beat Jamie Lynn Horth, which is a pretty good win to have, in my opinion. She won that fight clear. I don't know how that was a split decision. And then she beat Juliana Miller. These aren't good opponents. I get it. Jamie Lynn Horth's not a bad win, but Juliana Miller, it's just like the Natalie Yang of, it's just like the Natalie Yang for J.J. Aldrich. I'm going to trust her to get it done here. She did lose to Beat Malecki, but that was in 2020. It's now 2024. I think that she's going to go out. And Bailey Malecki, I want to know her ancestors' height and weight. Because that girl is fucking gigantic. I cannot lie. Like, how tall is B. Malecki? Maybe she's not that tall. 5'9"? She looks fucking huge. How big am I? I'm like 6 foot. Anyway, I'm picking Veronica Hardy. I think she can push the pace and get the grappling going. And just get it done in a very boring decision. I'll trust her to get it done. We move on up the card. Jared Gooden versus Kevin Jousset. I think Kevin Jousset is special. I think he's special, man. And I think he can make it far. Jared Gooden, I just don't think he's that good, man. I think it's Jared Badden. I think that should be his name, but let's be real here. Jared Gooden beat Wellington Turman. I just think Wellington Turman was a failed project at that gym, at Teixeira's gym. I think he was a really bad fail. I think he was a real failed project. I think they wanted him to become something. He's training with Glover, and it's just he's always letting you guys down. He's just a loser of that team. You know, you have Pereira at that team. You have other guys at that team. Who is at that team? Let me see what team it is. Wellington Turman. Who's on that team? On Teixeira. Pereira, Turman, Rodolfo Bolato, who's fighting in a few weeks. And yeah, there's other guys there, kickboxers especially, but I'm gonna go with Kevin Jousset here. Gooden beat Wellington Turman, but he got dropped in that fight and came back and won. But we're not gonna mention this guy got scolded by Carlston Harris. Beat freaking some guy by stomp, and then he got an injury over some guy. These are in the regional scenes, and he lost to Impic Sangana in the regional scenes, which isn't bad. But still, I don't like the look of that. And he's just coming here now, beat Turman. I think Kevin Jousset is patient, more well-rounded. Trains at City Kickboxing, so he's got good training partners for this. And he's got his second scrap there as well, like Jared Gooden. And I don't think Gooden's good at all. I think he's terrible at fighting. He's just got that one-shot power, and he barely uses it. Couldn't even put away an old Joban. If that doesn't tell you something. Like, he couldn't put away an old Alan Joban. Last fight, Alan Joban scolded him. Can't pick him to win. I'm going to go Kevin Jousset. Beat Son Kanan. Beat Kiefer Crosby. I think he'll keep it up here and beat Jared Gooden. We move on. And if anyone grapples, I'll trust it to be Jousset. Jake Hadley versus Charles Johnson. Oh, Jake. Fuck, why is there a lot of mosquitoes coming out of my fucking nose? I'm going to go with Jake Hadley over Charles Johnson. Jake Hadley, man. No way you'll lose a second fight in a row. See, this guy, I don't know how he keeps losing because he's really good. It's just he keeps getting outsized. Very small guy, Jake Hadley. And he's not that small, but he is small. And he just keeps getting out-muscled by these guys. Cody Durden beats him in a scrappy fight, but Durden beats him. And then he beats Malcolm Gordon. Good win. And has these performances. Carlos Candelario, terrible fighter, but he won it there as well. But Nascimento beats him. Mitch Raposo on the Contender Series almost beats him as well. What happened to Mitch Raposo? Is he looking good in his career? He's looking really good in his career. All right, keep it up, Mitch Raposo. I like Mitch Raposo. I really do hope he makes it in the UFC. Get him on the Contender Series this year. What the fuck are you doing, UFC? But I'm going to pick him to beat Charles Johnson. Johnson don't really grapple that well. And I just don't see him beating Jake Hadley. Heavy wrestling. Rafael Estevam is not that good. And he beat you. Cody Durden beat you. I'd say Hadley put up more of a fight against Durden than Johnson did. I'm gonna go with Jake Hadley. Better stand-up in my opinion. Ode Osborne fight he lost to as well. Jimmy Flick sucks. Sal Gasfay should have lost as well. Why am I losing my voice? I'm gonna go with Jake Hadley. Get it done. We move on. Up the card. KO on the feet, let's say. Trey Waters versus Billy Goff. I'm gonna go with Billy Goff is good, you know, but I am gonna side Trey Waters. I think he's just a bit of a weight bully for the division. I think Trey Waters is just a bit of a weight bully for the division. Like, he's good. Beat Josh Quinlan. Lost to Bonfim. So if you can grapple with this guy well, you can beat him. He's just really good on the feet. He's a weight bully. 6'5". 6'5". 6'5" at welterweight. Like, he's a weight bully. Like, and it's insane. I'm gonna go with him over Billy Goff. Billy Goff's good. I just don't trust him, man. Like, I don't care if he's gotten these wins. But, Yatsukaku Kinoshita is absolutely awful at fighting. Don't rate him at all. And, he beat him, fair play. Trey Waters is good. Beat Josh Quinlan. Jalen Fuller, who did nearly KO him. But he looked really good against Quinlan, though. And that was a bit of a quick turnaround from April 14th to April 29th. And he nearly got KO'd by Jalen Fuller. And he still looked good against Quinlan without getting rocked or anything. So, full camp here. It's been over a year off. I think that's why he took time off, to improve himself and to just take time off recovery-wise. And I think he'll go out. Lost to Bonfim. Oh well, Bonfim can get you sometimes. And he's pretty good. I'm going to go with him over Billy Goff. Catching Billy Goff with like a knee to the face or something. We move on. Up the card. Tabitha Ricci versus Tisha Torres. Oh, okay, this is where I do my research. This is going to sound weird, but it's true. Tisha Torres just had a kid. She just gave birth. Didn't just give birth, but she in the past 6 months, I want to say, she gave birth. I'm going to go to her Instagram real quick, just to see. I'm just going to go to her Instagram real quick, just to see what the date when she... Okay. April 8th. No, that's before, because she's posting pics of her kid. Where is it? Alright then, it might have been a few of... Oh, why am I looking at this? I just need to see when she gave birth. Exactly. Oh, for fuck's sake, where... You've had your baby for so fucking long. When? Okay, here. Okay, boom, boom. June 1st, 2023. Alright, so it's been nearly a year off. 11 months off. So it's been 11 months since she gave birth, so never mind. I don't know why I looked at that. I'm gonna go with her. Actually, I don't know who wins this. You know what? I'm gonna pick Tisha Torres over Tabitha Ricci. I'm gonna pick Tisha Torres to fucking win this. Tabitha Ricci's fucking awful on the feet. She's not good on the feet. I don't give a fuck if she has BJJ. Jessica Penne is a fucking string bean. An old fucking rusty string bean at this point in her career. Who would get snapped like a fucking stick. She's terrible. Alright? And she beat Jillian Robertson. Weird fight. Both of them have good grappling. So it was negated. So Tabitha Ricci instead outstruck Jillian Robertson on the feet. Godinez straight up scolded her on the feet. I think Torres and Godinez would be a fucking scrap, to be honest with you. I'm going to go Tisha Torres. I think she's better than Ricci. She beat Mackenzie Dern. I don't give a fuck what you guys say. It was a robbery. Look what Madame Fiorot did to fucking, what's her name? Look what Fiorot did to fucking Ricci in her debut. Not even fucking close. And Fiorot, she's not dominating people nowadays. Like, I know she beat Blanchfield, but it wasn't a straight up domination. So I'm gonna go Tisha Torres. I know she probably, I don't know, she's too powerful on the feet. So if she comes in here, like, strong, big, ready to go, and with that freaking physique, I think she'll go out there and knock out Ricci in the first. I'm gonna trust her to get it done. What's the odds? Yeah, you're picking Ricci. Like, you're fucking retarded. Fucking retards. Like, she got scolded by Godinez, 30-27. I think Torres will win. I think Torres will get it done. Look, she did to Angela Hill. She scolded Angela Hill. That's fucking impressive. Would fucking, what's her name? Would Tabitha Ricci do that? No. I'll take Torres. We move on. Up the cord. I sound like fucking UK. Up the card. Timothy, what the fuck am I looking at? Terrence McKinney. That's probably why. Terrence McKinney versus Esteban Ribovic. You know why I'm picking Esteban Ribovic over Terrence McKinney? I think this is a bad matchup for Terrence McKinney. I just don't... Wow, you beat a few cans in the Apex, and now you're back. Terrence McKinney, you're not that good. You beat Brendan Marat and Mike Breeden. And you lost to Sydney Outlaw by crossface in a grappling match. You know? And then you, lost to Nazim Sadikov. Then you lost to Ishmael Bonfim. You know? Beat Eric Gonzalez. Beat Fares Siam, to be fair. That was a good performance. And beat Matt Favola. Judober beat you, though. Esteban Ribovic will KO you in the first round. I think Ribovic's striking's really insane. Really crisp. And I think you're gonna put some grappling to beat him. And I think McKinney has that. But I think he'll try to strike, try to feel it out, and bang. Ribovic catches him on the chin. Look good against Kamala Kirk. Could look better, though. I'll pick him to get it done. We move on. Up the card. Chase Hooper versus Vyacheslav Borshev. I'm picking Chase Hooper. I kind of don't want to doubt this guy anymore. Because he keeps proving me wrong in these fights. I think he'll beat Vyacheslav Borshev. It's Borshev, though. This isn't some random guy. This is Borshev, who's a really, really good striker. But this is where the twist comes. He got dropped in his last fight by a grappler, Nazim Sadikov. And I think his confidence might be a bit shivered in the striking now. And I think he'll try feeling it out because Chase Hooper could do something weird. And I think he'll be patient, and Hooper's going to out-grapple him. Because Sadikov did that as well against him. Even though that fight should have been a draw. 1-3 is Borshev's rounds. And the second's a 10-8 for Sadikov. Mike Davis out-grappled him. Mark Jacasey out-grappled him. Mehesh Shate is shit. You know, and Chase Hooper beat Jordan Levitt on the ground. You know, and lost a split decision to Aljamain Sterling. Lost a split decision in a grappling match to Aljamain Sterling. This guy's legit, man. Really fucking, he's really wicked on the ground. Of course, he loses to Steve Garcia by KO, but Steve Garcia, he's probably gonna, I don't even know what to say for that, but it happens. You lose fights here and there. I'm picking him to beat Borchev. I think Borchev's good, but I think this is it. I think Hooper is better than him, and I think he'll take him down and sub him in the first round. I'm picking him to beat Borchev. We move on. Up the card. Waldo Cortez Acosta versus Rebelis to Spain. Oh, Rebelis. He isn't good, you know. He's shit. And someone will expose him. But I like the UFC for not rushing him. Because they could have just said, oh, Rebelis to Spain versus Sergey Pavlovich. Like, they could have easily done that and said he's ready to go. But I think they're giving him a bit of a Bo Nickel treatment. Giving him these guys, Josh Parisian, easy work. Waldo Cortez Acosta actually has a really good chance at winning this. And I actually had him winning at one point, but I don't know. He could win this, you know. Because he's really powerful. Josh Parisian's just a fat bitch that doesn't have any skill. This guy actually has tight boxing. And he's really good, but he didn't look great against Arlovsky, which is why I'm going to lean to Spain to catch him and be a little bit quicker. But this guy probably has more power than Spain. He's probably just, like, he's good. Good grappler. He doesn't have good grappling. I think Spain can do the basic stuff. Chop the legs, keep it patient, and land your shot when he comes in. I think he can do that. Don't just rush forward trying to get this guy out of here in 2 seconds. Like, if you do that, one day you're going to get fucking laid out cold. Be patient with it. Chop the legs, feel it out a bit. Go to round 2. So I think Spain will do that, and I think he'll get the job done. Yeah, I think he'll get the job done. Waldo didn't look great against Arlovsky. And Dontel Mays is sleeping Arlovsky nowadays, so. And Waldo is getting a competitive decision over him. And, yeah, I'm going to go Waldo. Losing. So that means I'm going to go with Despain. Winning. So Despain wins. We move on up the card. Alex Caceres versus Sean Woodson. I'm going to have to lean Sean Woodson here. I'm going to have to Alex Caceres. Whenever he has like a decent opponent in front of him, he just doesn't do well, is what I've noticed. You know, we see him against guys like Giga Chikadze, who should have just picked him apart. You know, picks him apart. You know, it was a close competitive fight. Caceres had his moments, but Giga just picked him apart. You know, and then we go in the fight against Sadiq Yusuf, where Caceres arguably could win that, but he lost. He just gets his legs chewed up by these guys, man. His legs get chewed up by these guys. I think Sean Woodson can do the same. But this is actually a close one, you know, because Woodson doesn't chop your legs. He just uses a clinch game and outboxes you, which I think he can do to Caceres still. And I think he's just bigger. Caceres can maybe do something on the ground. I don't think so, though. I think Woodson's too good, too crisp. I think he'll get it done. I think he'll get the job done. He beat Charles Jourdain. Good performance. That's a good win. Dennis Bazooka's also a decent win. And I don't think Caceres has the power to get the respect on the feet from Woodson. So, I'm going to go Sean Woodson. And, I think we'll get it done. Caceres beat Daniel Pineda. You know, like, that's not a great win. I rate Charles Jourdain a better win than Daniel Pineda. He did beat Julian Rosa, but that's a 50-50. Rosa can just beat you and not beat you. He's just a fucking Paul Craig of the featherweight division. He'll never be anything, not even close to becoming a champ. But he can get these wins somehow. I'm going to go with Sean Woodson, though. We move on. Up the card. what happened. Diego Ferreira versus Mateus Rebecki. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna trust Mateus Rebecki over Diego Ferreira. I think Ferreira is really good, but I think Rebecki's just a youngster coming up. Hungry fucking idiot, man. I think he'll just go out there. Maybe he gets subbed on the ground, but we saw Gregory Gillespie expose the ground game a bit of Diego Ferreira and just out-cardioed him. And I think Rebecki has that. He's really good. Plus Ferreira, he KO'd Johnson, but other than that, Mateus Gamrot, another Mateus, beat him as well. Another Polish, beat him as well. I think Rebecki's really good. He looked good against Roberts, looked good against Radjabov, looked good against, he looked good against Nick Fiore as well. But I don't trust Ferreira. Yeah, Gamrot beat him. Gillespie beat him. Dariush beat him. He was looking good in these fights, but I just think Rebecki can do it as well. And I think he can get it done. We move on. Up the card with his grappling and just beat up Ferreira and finish him eventually. Alonzo Menafield versus Carlos Ulberg. I'm going to pick Alonzo Menafield. He isn't good, and I should be picking Ulberg, but he keeps getting the win. Keeps dropping these guys. Like, usually I'd say Ulberg schools him to a decision. But he keeps dropping Jacoby and stealing these wins. He just keeps doing it, and I think he'll do it to Ulberg. Am I going to trust the chin of Ulberg to not go down? I think Jacoby has a better chin, to be honest with you. I think Jacoby's good. Menafield beat him as well. I think he'll beat Ulberg. He beat Jimmy Crute. I'm going to pick him to win. I'm going to pick him to get the job done. But then again, he loses to William Knight. Like, what can I do here? He lost to William Knight. But I think since then he's improved. And I think he'll knock out Ulberg here and put him away. I think he'll actually put Ulberg away here with a big shot. Plus Ulberg, lots of cancellations. We're supposed to face Dominic Reyes. Cancelled. We're supposed to again face Dominic Reyes. Cancelled. Supposed to face Menafield on the same card. That got cancelled randomly. Now, he's fighting here, so that's where Menafield's just focused on this one fight, is where Ulberg. Shit, I'm preparing for Dominic Reyes. Oh, here comes Menafield. Similar style. Reyes is a bit more of a rangy style, but still similar style. But Daotin Young was starting to do well against him, but then he came back and won. You know, round 3, rewatch it. Daotin Young was starting to get to him. I don't like him. I don't like his wins. Nugumarianu sucks. Botaria sucks. Daotin Young's not that good either. I'm going to go for Menafield. We move on. Up the card. Joaquin Buckley versus Nursultan Ruziboev. Oh. See, Buckley, I can't hop on the hype train of him being good. Because I think he's not good. If he beats Ruziboev, I just can't think of Buckley being good. And I really think the Luque fight was a bit rigged. Maybe Luque just gave in, but I think that was a rigged fight. And I'll tell you why. Joaquin Buckley, I'll tell you, went on a bit of a streak after losing to Chirico. Alright? He went on a bit of a streak after beating Alessio de Chirico. Then, hear me out, he fought in Mavov. Ranked opponent. Buckley wasn't ranked. This is his chance to earn the ranking spot. Loses to a Mavov. Then he fights Chris Curtis, who was number 15 at the time. And still is. That's a ranked opponent. If Buckley wins, he gets in the rankings. Alright? Fails to get in the rankings twice now. I think Buckley... And then moves to welterweight. Beats Andre Fialho. Alex Morono. Some opponent fell out for Suzuki. Who do they call? Could call anyone. They call Joaquin Buckley. And he magically beats Luque when he couldn't beat Imavov, couldn't beat Curtis. And the way it happened as well, Luque is better than him, but Luque just gave in randomly. Buckley gets to win. Seemed a bit rigged to me. And I don't think Buckley is as good as people make him out to be, or the rankings suggest. And, yeah, I'm going to pick Ruziboev to KO him. If he wins this, though, good for him. But I think they want Buckley to get in the rankings because he had that Impicus Sagane kick. They want Buckley to become something. And he's failed twice in the rankings at middleweight, which is a terrible division, easy division to get in. But he gets in at welterweight, beats Luque randomly. Don't think he's as good as people suggest. And I'm going to pick Ruziboev to fucking put him out. He's sick. I know he's moving into welterweight, but he's really sick. Like, Cedric Damas, easy fucking work. Bruno Ferreira, easy fucking work. These guys are power punchers, not Dumas, but fucking Ferreira on short notice. Hey, I'll pick him to get this one done. We move on up the card. Derek Lewis versus Rodrigo Nascimento Ferreira. I don't care if Lewis just flukes it here. I can't pick him. I'm not going to just say Derek Lewis gets it done. Like, unless he's facing someone that he should get it done, I'll pick him. But, like, if he fights someone that has, like, who has shit stand-up and just doesn't really grapple, I'll pick Derek Lewis to get it done. But Rodrigo Nascimento can grapple well. He's a big dude. Alright? He's a big dude. Maybe he's not as tall as Derek Lewis, but he's a big dude. And I think he can wrestle well. He did it against Dontel Mays, which is a good win. Good fighter, Dontel Mays. He did it against Alir Latifi. Out-wrestled Latifi. That's fucking hard to do. And Latifi, who out-grappled Lewis, by the way. And Tanner Boser he beat. Good performance there as well. Chris Daukaus beat him. Oh well, he got caught by Chris Daukaus. It happens. He's improved since. He's on a bit of a winning streak. On a 3-fight winning streak. Beat Alan Badeau as well. But he was on something for that fight. Yeah, I'm going to go for Rodrigo Nascimento. If he strikes with Derek Lewis, he can do it, but be calm about it. Because Lewis is just random, and he can keep you out of there if anything. So just do what Cyril Gahn did. Try to just land kicks at range. I wouldn't suggest doing that. I would just grapple against Derek Lewis. Spivak took him down, subbed him. I'm shocked Almeida couldn't fucking sub him, though. This is the thing. But maybe Almeida's just not that good. Who knows? But I think he can get an arm triangle here in round 1 or 2. And sub Derek Lewis. So I'm going to go with Rodrigo Nascimento. Plus, Lewis is way worse than De Lima. He just landed a flying knee. And he almost fucking fumbled that finish. He's lucky the ref stepped in. If De Lima got out and just scrambled out and he's fine to go again, a little bit concussed, came back, out-grappled Lewis, got the win, that probably is the 1 in a million, a million one reality. But Lewis got the job done, fluked it. He's shit. I hope he wins. But I'm going to go Rodrigo Nascimento. I think he'll get it done. Like, subscribe, thank you for watching. Peace.